Hi everyone, I'm Alicia and I make sewing tutorials and DIY fashion videos. In today's video, I'm going to be answering a couple questions for my first ever Q&A. So I posted a community post on my YouTube, just asked you guys to send me any questions about me, about sewing, about anything in general. I'm just going to be answering those. And I also asked you guys on Instagram to send me in some questions, but I only got 2 questions. I feel like not a lot of you guys follow me on Instagram, so I'll just put it up here. Follow my Instagram at Yanson. I post different outfit pictures and post a lot on my story about my daily life and also the progress of a lot of my sewing tutorials. So I'm going to start with the ones on Instagram because there's just 2 of them, as I said, and they're not that relevant. So the first one is, this is random, but how many pillows do you sleep with? Very random, but I sleep with 2 pillows. I actually like it when it's quite high, so I stack 2 pillows. Ever want to shift towards gaming? I actually don't play games, so yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, so on to my community post on YouTube. What is your style inspired by? I would say my style is inspired by a lot of things. Recently it's inspired a lot by vintage fashion and also heavily inspired by Asian fashion. So I really like these little cute silhouettes, these puffy sleeves, the dresses, the skirts, very girly, a lot of florals. And I also kind of like to put my own touch on my style, like adding some ruffles, adding a lot of cute details, adding different textures and different materials is what I like to do a lot in my clothing. And I'm also very inspired by Princess May on Instagram, and she also has a YouTube channel called May Yan, and I just love her style so much. She's actually the reason why I started having interest in fashion and also like thrifting and having your own style and also sustainable clothing. It all started because of her. I love her style, I love her hair. She's just so cute and she's a big inspiration to me. What era of fashion inspires your style the most? I don't know much about eras, I'm sorry. But I do like vintage clothing a lot. I'm not sure which era this is, but the ones with these open neckline tops and like the puffy sleeves, that is like the era that I love right now. A bit of the Victorian era also because of the sort of like corset like tops and the little lace. I like that a lot. Your favorite clothing brand? I actually don't buy a lot online or in shops actually, but I do have 2 shops that has been piquing my interest recently. So the first one is Simple Retro and the second one is Olive Clothing. I'm sort of getting more into these like sort of retro silhouettes and these little lace details and embroidery. I find it so adorable. Also, do you upcycle old clothes more frequently than buying new ones? Love your videos. The amount of clothes I upcycle and the amount of clothes I buy is probably half-half. I actually counted like my dresses, and the number of dresses I bought was equal to the number of dresses that I have transformed. I am slowly trying to sort of put the upcycle number higher and higher and higher, and with quarantine the clothes that I've been making has been going up a lot. Do you have any cool sketches of design ideas you have and you know about fast fashion? Okay, so I don't really sketch my ideas. They sort of just come into my head and then I make them, or I sort of see something online and I try to recreate it. So sadly I don't have any sketches to show you guys. So a little word about fast fashion. I am against fast fashion. I'm not supportive of it. Stores like Forever 21, H&M, Zara, stores like that I tend to avoid as much as possible, but buying from sustainable brands is a bit too expensive for me to afford at the moment. That's also one of the reasons why I like upcycling new clothes. It's like a way to avoid fast fashion and also, first of all, be good for the environment. Second of all, save money. And third of all, just putting your own touch on your clothing. I just find that's like the best wardrobe to have. And And in the future, I would be so happy to be able to say that I have a 100% sustainable wardrobe. That is my goal for the future. How did you first get into sewing? When did you start your sewing career and what inspired you to sew? So I actually started sewing 3 years ago, and it just started one summer because I was binge watching Coolorpa's videos. Her thrifted transformation videos inspired me so much. Like just seeing how you can transform clothes that are old and not really fashionable into something so modern, and plus you made it yourself. I just find that was so awesome. I've always been quite like a creative person and really liked making stuff. So on my 18th birthday, I got a sewing machine gifted from my grandparents, which is so cute because my grandpa is the one who taught me how to sew, how to use the sewing machine. Yeah, so I pretty much learned by watching YouTube videos. My favorite sewing YouTube channels is Coolorpa, with Wendy. I know they don't make sewing videos anymore, but when I started, Yutuhan was very helpful. And oh, Annika Victoria, I love her too. Do you like to do any creative things other than sewing, like drawing or music or anything else? By the way, I love your videos. They inspired my friends and I to sew our own clothes. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so happy. That's what I find so fun about YouTube. Just being able to spread my hobby to other people. I don't know, I just find it so nice. So I used to dance a lot. I was dancing semi-professionally at a dance studio. It was really fun. At one point I actually thought of doing dance as a career, but I stopped 2 years ago. And I also used to draw a lot in high school. I don't anymore, sadly. I'll put some pictures over here, I guess. I can only draw cute things though. Realistic drawings I cannot do at all. Please tell me about your career. So, I actually don't have a career right now. I'm only 21 and I wouldn't really call this a sewing career yet. I just got monetized on YouTube and I'm not earning enough to be able to support myself at all at the moment. But my dream is to become a fashion designer and to sort of start my own sustainable brand. And for that, I was actually thinking of going to Japan and study there. To be honest, the fashion schools here in Montreal aren't that good, and the ones in Japan are pretty renowned, and it has always been my lifelong dream to live in Japan. So, you know, why not kill two birds with one stone? So that is kind of my plan going onwards. So let's see how that goes. Are you half Japanese? So I get this question a lot because I posted a lot of videos in Japan and I speak Japanese. But no, I am not half Japanese. I'm actually half Filipino. My dad is from the Philippines and my mom is from Canada. So I am half Asian, but half Filipino. And if you're wondering why I can speak Japanese, I posted a video explaining all of that, so you can watch that if you're interested. What inspired you to start uploading on YouTube? Love your work, by the way. Keep up the great content. Hi Annie. We used to work together. What inspired me to start YouTube? So how I started. So in college, you sort of have to pick 2 classes that are not in your program. So I was studying science, and one of the courses I picked that was not in my program was video production. So in that class, we sort of learned how to use a camera, how to edit on Premiere Pro, how to do a storyboard, how to make your own little movie, and at the end, everyone made their own film and presented it in class. And my video was actually nominated to be in one of like the top videos that they were going to showcase, sort of put all of the best videos and all of the grades into like a sort of 1-hour film, and my video was a part of that. And when I graduated from that class, my teacher sort of told me to continue making videos because she saw talent in me. So that's one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel. And the second reason was just because I really liked sewing. It was a new hobby of mine, and just as I learned sewing from other YouTubers, I thought that if I put up videos about sewing, people will also be able to learn and start making their own clothes as well. So those were all of the questions for my first Q&A. Thank you to everyone who sent me in those questions. And if you have more things you want to ask me, you can put it down in the description down below, and I'll probably answer them in my next Q&A. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more DIY and fashion tutorials. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!